Hi everyone, this is Queen Cleopatra and you're watching the Queen Cleopatra. Yes, I'm back. Nice to see you. Um, Today I just have a point I would like to make, or it's actually a concern I would like to raise because I see that Iran and America again has some issues that there is now, how do you say, talks of nuclear war. And I just want to tell these two powers they must really think very clearly, or three powers. I know Russia is also part now of what this entails because nuclear war is not a joke. I did some research, and the first thing that happens after the nuclear war is there will be intense heat. There will also be network failure. I'm sure these leaders know all of these things. Um, a lot of people will die of this, intense heat, radiation. Um, there will be this disease, acute radiation sickness. There will be agricultural systems will fail, which means there will be a problem with food, growing food, and many, many more. So I just felt, and this morning God woke me up and told me that I must speak on this because this is becoming a real threat. And we want peace, we don't want war. And God told me to tell the leader of Iran, um, President Mujab Khamenei, leader of America, President Donald Trump, leader of Russia, President Putin. I would like to commend President Putin that he had, canceled out all these rituals, satanic worship in Russia. I saw that a while back. God is very happy with that. President Putin, God wants to commend you for praying and, trying to get closer to him. President Khamenei, I'm sure you are an incredible leader yourself. But now, this nuclear war situation is going to cause a hell of a destruction that we have never seen. And I'm sure we do not want that. I don't really see the other leaders speaking about this. But as God's anointed and the person who God has put on earth to speak and to, I'm basically like the mother of the nations. God has a while back also anointed me as that. So I feel very responsible for what happens on earth. So I just want to say to these three countries, leave the nuclear weapons alone, please. You will cause immense destruction that we have never seen, and you will not be able to save yourself or your families even. Not to mention the countless innocent people who will lose their lives, women and children, men as well. But I mean, usually, because why I say women and children is because they are the ones that are least protected. So God wants me to tell you to really stop with these things. We want peace, to make peace and not war. Because he will get in the middle of this fight, because it seems now like, people who are just waiting to do something, then the other one does something, then the other one does something. This is not how things like this are supposed to work. This is very serious. And the impact on civilization is damning, It is the end. If you do that, it'll bring the end. Do you have any clue what that means? Even your money won't be able to save you. So let us sit around the table and let us talk about peace rather than going on with this war that is needless, that has nothing, that is not helping anybody. Do you really want your own families to suffer as well? Because everybody will suffer. You will suffer. You are right there where the war is, So let us think about our lives. Let us go on bended knee and ask God, ask Allah, what it is that we should do. Let us put our egos aside for a while and let us think about this clearly, because the situation I'm watching, it's not looking good. It is not looking good. It's looking to me like a catastrophe that is waiting to happen. And God always wakes me up and I've got the sense, I can see things before they happen. I just know that this is not going to go well. And like I say, it's a chemical weapon, so it travels. The gas will travel. It will not stay in one place. So it will, because worldwide, like we've seen with the other, atom bombs and stuff from Hiroshima, wherever. But I mean, the whole thing is, it's not a good situation. So let us go and bend knee. Let us ask our God, to help us that we can find peace and not war. Let us start building the new system of peace and serenity, and let us leave these things behind of, now bring nuclear weapons, which we will know we will lose our own lives. And who is the first to die? In all these movies that I've seen my entire life, and also being a queen, even though I don't have a crown, I am a queen, I'm anointed as a queen. The king and the queen, they die first. You will die first because you are in the front line. You are the one who have, made the decision, and you will have to stand to the last. So you will die first. Are you ready to die? Like we all know, when we die, we either go to heaven or hell. Are you ready for that step? So let us think very nicely. I really, like God has told me to speak before these things start happening, that you will know you were spoken to, because He wants you to listen to Him and to really to think before you go ahead with this, whatever this is, Let us not go ahead with it. Let us sign a peace treaty or something. Let us see each other as brothers. We are all one world. We are all one people, one nation. All the nations are one under God. So, like President Trump, you want to make America great. What is the greatest thing to make it? What has always made America great? Was it not God? President Khamenei, what has always made the Muslim nation great? Is not Allah. President Putin, who has made Russia great? Russia is a Christian country, it's not. I'm not sure. Anyway, whether it's a Christian or Muslim country, I don't know that much about Russia, but whichever it is, we all belong to God, And I'm sure all these presidents, I know as a leader, God speaks to you. God speaks to you, and God, you will hear in your heart that little voice that says, don't do it. Stay back. Don't do it. I think this is the time to listen to that little voice, before all hell breaks loose. Because this will bring hell to earth. And we do not want hell on earth. I've been in hell. Trust me. You don't want hell on earth. And anyway, so like I said, God has employed me to give this message. He's asked me to give this message, so that is what I'm doing. I'm giving the message to all three these countries and the world leaders and all the other leaders and billionaires and all the powerful people in the world, that they will intervene, that they will talk, and that they will say something. We are all quiet. Are we not afraid of our lives? Are we just going to sit down and say, oh well, there's a nuclear war on its way, Oh, okay, I'll have some coffee, I'll have some caviar, or whatever it is that you eat. I don't know. I just eat, what I have. Meat or chicken or whatever. My favorite foods that are in Namibia. Anyway, so, we cannot sit and drink coffee and just let it go by. Because this is what it's starting to look like. We are just sitting and we don't care. Because I'm worried nobody is speaking about this. The press is speaking about it. They are telling what is happening, but nobody is talking and saying, let us not